Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Level Up Podcast with myself, Greg Harrelson. This is where I focus on taking you from agent to entrepreneur. As you know, I have a passion for developing agents. And on today's episode, I'm going to share another quick strategy on how you can increase your production. I'm going to be real, so you be ready. Let's level up.
Hey everybody, it's Greg Harrelson here, and I just want to share another real estate tip, give you some additional coaching around seller leads. Of course, there's those agents out there that love working with buyers, but it just seems like when inventory is a little bit low, a lot of agents out there, they would love to maybe not have to work so many late afternoons or evenings and maybe get some of their weekends back for themselves. So that's one of the reasons why I think seller leads and listing leads are such a hot topic right now. So there's all kinds of ways to generate seller leads. And we know that one way you can do direct mail. I'm not necessarily a big advocate of direct mail. And the reason why I personally don't do a lot of direct mail is it costs a good bit of money up front. You have to do it for at least 6 to 12 months to be able to measure whether or not it's working or not. So that's a pretty big investment. And it tends to be not as predictable. It's kind of hard to predict what kind of business or what kind of return you're going to get off of it. But needless to say, just sold cards and direct mail can be an effective way to get listings. Again, a lot of agents just don't have that upfront investment. Of course, there's a lot of agents that have proven that outbound prospecting also work, whether you're calling expires or FSBOs, just solds, making outbound calls. Again, that's not for every agent because some agents just struggle with consistency of getting it done, or they struggle with the rejection that they get where people saying, please don't ever call me again. And maybe some of the expires are a little hostile with you. So a lot of times agents just shy away from that activity. Again, it's not for everybody. But the third way is by generating seller leads online. So we have effectively generated seller leads online. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to a few agents in our office today, and just 3 of the agents that I was talking with had all generated a lead online, a seller lead online, and converted it to a listing just last week. So it's something that's working. A lot of people kind of don't understand how to do it, and I can't explain that all in one video, but if you go onto social media and you run an ad, and I understand you've probably seen these ads and you may even say, no, they don't work. But I tell you, it's a myth. They do work. The agent just needs to know how to work them. So somebody goes on to Facebook, sees what's my home worth, and then all of a sudden they click on it and they put their information in. So that is a way to generate a lead. It's somebody that raises their hand. But the key, I wrote down a few things with this, is the key is you don't have to call that one within like 5 minutes of you getting the lead. As a matter of fact, if you call them too quick, it seems a little awkward because they didn't realize you were watching them click on things. So if you call them too fast, they almost like get offended and they're on the defense and they say things like, oh no, I didn't do that, or somebody else must have did that, or I must have accidentally clicked something. That's what ends up happening. So we found that the best practice is to call them maybe a day later, 6 months or 6 hours, 12 hours, or maybe even as far as a full day later. And you'll see that the response is much more positive. They're more willing to talk. The other thing is you never start the conversation with, oh, John, I saw that you requested pricing information on your property through our website. If you say that, that sounds way too big brother. They're like, gosh, what else do you know that I'm doing online? And maybe they did click on everything. They did request information via the form, but they weren't necessarily expecting you to like call them immediately and say, hey, I saw you do this. Don't say that. They don't want to know they're being watched. What you want to do is you could either call them and just use like a just sold script and not even talk about what they clicked on. Just say, hey, we recently, or another property in the neighborhood recently sold, and I just thought I'd give you a call and give you some of that information to see if there's ever a chance that you might be thinking of doing something in the future. So a much more softer approach with this lead source will prove to be way more effective. Not all of them are going to convert right away, but contrary to what agents think, 10% of them will convert. So if you generated 100 leads online, 10 of them will turn into listings within the next 10 to 12 months. And what the cool thing is on average, they will convert in 2.5 months. The challenge is they give you a smoke screen at the beginning, and the agents fall for the smoke screen and never call them again. So then some other agent just randomly converts them. Okay, so a great way to generate leads, seller leads, is through some sort of social media marketing where you're displaying ads, boosting ads of what's my home worth. Now, what we do is I'm coaching you not just to do the ads, but more important, I'm coaching you how to communicate with the sellers in order to convert at a higher level. We actually do the ads for our agents. We generated over 150 seller leads in the last 30 days and distributed them out to our agents. When I said to you, a few of our agents took listings from it last week, it's because those were leads that we generated and routed to the agents. So if you want some additional information on this system, I don't want this video to be an hour long where, because it would take me at least that long to dissect exactly how to technically do everything that I just mentioned. But I wanted to introduce this to you and just let you know if there's any additional information you would like on this, please just reach out to me. I'd love to have a chat with you, share with you anything I can do to help you build your business. I'm Greg Harrelson. Of course, I have offices all throughout the state of South Carolina, and we're moved into North Carolina. So whether you're in Wilmington, North Carolina, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, Charleston, you're all the way in Columbia or in the upper state, Bowling Springs, Greenville, Spartanburg, you name it, we've got South Carolina and North Carolina coverage. So please reach out. I'd love to help you.